To Sunday's Independent now. And how do we solve tricky asylum decisions? Well, according to the Home Office, we just don't think about it. Nicholas.
I love this story. Independent says Home Office stops units making asylum decisions to prepare for small boats bill despite huge backlog.
OK, talk us through this.
Now, this story, I like it because it's winding up all the right people.
OK.
But I'm not too optimistic because we know how Tories have been dealing with immigration over the past 13 years. But the bottom line is that this small boats bill, or officially illegal migration bill, is something which has to be discussed in the parliament yet. And
yes.
Of course, it's going to face most probably all sorts of protests and objections and, obstacles from the usual suspects, the courts, NGOs, activists profiteering from illegal immigration. But already the government, assuming that this is going to work, they have dedicated part of their personnel, which were supposed to deal with asylum cases.
Yes.
Where there's a huge backlog already, to this new law, which is aimed at, according to Independent, sending the arrivals by boat immediately back, regardless of their asylum status or claims.
Yeah, but it's more than that, isn't it? It's also the terminology that's going to be used about all these people. So exactly. Everyone who comes in is going to be referred to as illegal
via the boats, which is who they are. Because let's face it, if you're leaving France to come to the UK. As comics, we've all heard this joke, and I'm, as a bit of a Francophile, I am a bit, or Francophile in English, Francophile, I'm sick and tired of this joke that if these migrants have left France for the UK, how terrible France must be as a country.
Yeah.
And there is truth to the joke, because if you're really fleeing for your life and you've gone through all, as Italian-born person that I am, you've gone through Italy, you've gone through Austria or Switzerland, Germany, France, Belgium, to come to the UK, it's not because your life was in danger, you're just coming as an economic migrant.
OK, Steve, do you want to address that point? Is it possible to be an asylum seeker on one of these boats, having travelled through, as Nicholas says, all of these various other countries?
As soon as you are an asylum seeker, then technically you're not an illegal migrant.
So that's the question I'm asking, yeah. Because as an asylum seeker, aren't you meant to seek asylum in the first country that you come to? Is that not how it works?
Well, that was an argument that's used for a while, but apparently there is no...
that's international
the thing
law.
That we signed up to, there is no requirement that you have to simply be in that country.
So, but isn't it weird if you're an asylum seeker, when you say, I want to go to this particular country?
But yes, it's weird, but then that's not the question you originally started with, is can you call all of these people illegal entrants?
Yes.
You can't, because some people aren't technically illegal if they are being an asylum seeker. Then a second question is, isn't that weird?
Well, that's true, isn't it? So there's no such thing as an illegal asylum seeker.
Exactly. You can be an illegal immigrant or migrant or entrant, as the law says, or is going to say, and you can be an asylum seeker, maybe at the same time, because you enter as an illegal entrant, and then once you have applied for asylum, which they have not done and we don't know, even the BBC, where I used to work, stopped at some point calling them asylum seekers, and this is the BBC, and called them migrants, because we don't, and some of them even never bother applying for, they just disappear into the submerged economy.
Your sum of also then implies there's a group who do apply for...
Some of them might, yeah.
So they're the ones who would be called illegal, so therefore you can't say all of them are called illegal.
If you enter illegally, you are an illegal entrant. It's not an insult, it's just fact. And even
I don't think we're saying it's an insult, we're just effectively arguing over terminology.
Even within the EU, there's a Dublin Accord, where France, for example, if they go to France, and if France does catch them and bother catching them, they refer them back to Italy, because they say, this is your issue, you need to, because they come to us. That's why they destroy their passports.
That's what France does, is it?
Yeah, that's
double
what
standards there, I would
yeah, of course. But usually they don't bother catching them because they know they're heading for Britain. They're using it as leverage against Britain.
I think we can all agree that there's been a lot of French failing when it comes to this whole situation.
Yeah, although I think wasn't there an article recently said that more people end up in France than try and come through to the UK?
Is that right?
Yeah, more people in Germany as well. So it's very easy to get the narrative as if somehow the largest number comes to us. It really doesn't matter unless you start having the argument about the numbers.
OK.